Namaste, everyone. I think this is being recorded at this point. Yes, it's live streamed. Everything is okay. Can you hear me? Okay. If you're hearing okay, then I don't need my earphone. Let me see a couple of things. So I have all of you joined my Telegram group known as Upanishads, Upanishads study group. Everyone here? What about MC Palm Meadows? Somebody who has a name called MC Palm Meadows. Have you joined the Telegram group? You have to unmute yourself before you.
No, I have to rename myself. My name is Partha and I have joined the Upanishad group. I'll rename myself.
Okay.
I didn't realize I have logged in from there. Sorry about that.
If you are named in even more scary name, I would be upset with you. Okay. So the reason is we want to recognize everybody who is communicating with us. You know why? Somebody could put any name and then they can start stealing information from the members. So if I am running the show here, I want everyone to communicate with me, say who you are. Otherwise, people will start suspecting. Some people names themselves as Yum, Yumpy, something like that. And people will never know who this person is. I have seen internet information, bank, fraud happening, and a lot of things happening all the time. Financial crimes, anything can happen. So please be mindful of who you are and how you communicate so that we have a straightforward information. Instead of studying Upanishad, I don't want to get into all these things. Okay. Priya Brahata, I need an introduction from both MC Palm Meadows. I don't remember your name. Priya Brahata Behera also. There's only persons I don't know personally. Anurag also I don't know personally. And I need, please join the Telegram group and introduce yourself. See, I'm making an exception for some people here in this group. Usually, I require you to join the Telegram group called Ramanuja.org and clearly give a lot of details on a form. This is very necessary. We need to know who are joining. This is a free class. No expectation of any money is there here. We are learning together. While learning together, we are enhancing each other's knowledge. That's the whole purpose here. That's all. Okay, fine.
My name is Partha and I have joined the Upanishad group and introduced myself.
Okay.
So
view name that way people don't mistake you as MC Pompedos.
I'll do that.
In this class, everybody will call you as MC Pompedos. Okay. And not many people remember that as same as Partha. I have no idea how these two names are connected. Okay, fine. No big deal. Not a big issue. This is nothing serious, but just some rules and regulations of the house. That's all. Okay, fine. Let's go straight to the Upanishad. Did you see some of the announcements I made? Some of the information I sent on the Telegram. The book from Hiriyana is a very good book. It's in English. So for those who are not comfortable looking at Kannada text while looking at my screen, you can download that book, the Hiriyana's Kena Upaniṣad book. And in fact, if you can print it out, you can flip through the pages and read while I'm talking. So that's very useful book. And Professor Hiriyana is held in high esteem by any person in Vedanta. a well-known person. That's one thing I want to let you know. The second thing is I am continuing to do in Kannada. So what I show in the screen would be in Kannada, except I took an exception from what I had already thought earlier. I had made up my mind not to create PowerPoints, not to put extra work into it. But what happens is, for my own benefit, I think for summarizations, I need PowerPoints. So I will be showing some PowerPoints just to summarize here and there. There is no stress on me. So when I have time, I will do the PowerPoints. Okay, that will be useful for you. And that's it. Let's start. Start with the prayer. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavada Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Paramastu. So what I did was, for some clarification, I wanted to bring out the idea of Śaṅkarācārya repeats this over and over and over again in all his bhashyas. So what Śaṅkarācārya says is the major problem and the very reason for this universe is because of desires. In Sanskrit, it says kāma, karma, avidya, ignorance, actions, kāma are desires. These are all the roots of the tree of this universe. And we may have a number of goals. Manushya-loka, the three lokas they're talked about is three goals. Manushya-loka, having a nice life here. How do you win over the Manushya-loka? How do you make sure? You need children at the end of the day, because children will take care of you when you are old. That's a simple view the Vedas have. Obviously, you need money, you need other people to help you, lots of other things you need just to be in this Manushya-loka, that is in this in this world of human beings. The next is Pitṛ-loka. This is for those people who have a firm belief that they will come back in some other form, some other life forms. There is rebirth. So the Upanishads and the Vedas do clearly, firmly believe that there is rebirth. And this rebirth, one second. So the rebirth, there may be two types of rebirths, right? I'll come to the lower level later. That is the life of insects and worms. If they die, they don't go anywhere. They will not go through any paths. They will just come back as one insect will become another insect and come back to life. So there is like a rotation without any real path. So that is the lower life forms. But the other life form is to come as a human being, to come as something, to continue their work here. So that is known as Pitṛ-loka. So the Pitṛ-loka is obtained by Agnihotra and other karmas written or prescribed in the Karma Kanda of the Vedas. So think about science. In science, probably people are only interested in Manushya-loka because pure science does not believe in rebirth. So they don't need all these things. So one has to have a firm belief that Vedas are true. And if they are true, to attain another good form of life, human life, I have to do Agnihotra and other prescribed actions and procedures given in the Vedas. And then that is also known, the path I take is also known as the Dhuma Marga, or the southern path. Small mistake here, southern path. So that is also known as in Sanskrit, Dakshinayana Marga. So there is another path. The another path is Deva-loka, where there is no return to this ordinary human life or the life here. The Deva-loka means there are different higher deities like Indra, Brahaspati, Chaturmukha Brahma, Varuna, and all these higher deities. They are powerful deities. And you can go and enjoy the wealth and the pleasures of those lands. If you do a different kind of work, this is also said in the Vedas. It is also known as Vidya in some Upanishads, and it is known as Devata Upasana, or meditation on the gods or the deities. And this is also combined with actions and Agnihotra and other things like that. So there is a combination which is allowed according to Śaṅkarācārya. You can do Agnihotra and different karmas without any expectations and still do Devata Upasana, then it's possible. So the desires are not necessary, but people with desires do all these things. Even Deva-loka is a desire. But if we'll come to the desireless ones later. I don't want to mix it up here. Here everything is under the category desires. So people who want to be one with the devatas, they can follow the Uttarayana Marga. And that has Upasana combined. Upasana means meditation on the deities that is prescribed in the Upanishads. So these are the three paths. And these are all desire-oriented, according to Śaṅkarācārya. The last one is obviously worm, and we don't want to worry about it. So that's why I have indicated the same without the three paths, Lokatraya, or the three lands, or three zones, or three realms. Here, in summary, Virakta means no desires. Desires means the desires will end up being any one of these three. Manushya-loka, Pitṛ-loka, Deva-loka. Can I ask you a question? Can you find a desire which does not fall under these three categories? Anyone? Human desire. Which does not. Go ahead.
Helping others, like helping others.
They all come under Manushya-loka.
No, like I don't have any return to that, but I'm doing my action. Whether I do it or don't do it, I don't care actually. Like my action is like desireless.
Desireless. See, the thing is, it is possible, that is charity without any expectations is possible. Right? It's possible to have that. See, that could probably come under Pitṛ-loka also. See here, the thing is, but your problem is whether there are desires or no desires, right? What Śaṅkarācārya says, by doing, whether you desire or not, by doing naturally you're inclined to help others without any expectation, but automatically you will be given the fruits of that action. That means in the next janma, next life, or whatever, you will get some wealth or some good opportunity with or without any desires. I think that's possible here.
Is it sannyasa?
Sannyasa is different, which comes under virakti, no desires. See, according to Śaṅkarācārya, if you have no desires, you cannot act on anything. Actions are not, there are no real actions if the desires are gone. So sannyasa comes under no desires. And Brahma Jnana, according to Śaṅkarācārya, or the true knowledge of Ātman or Brahman, is possible only through virakti. Virakti is giving up all desires. And even psychological desires, anything like, I feel good doing this, even that becomes some kind of desires. See, mumukṣutva is no desire. See, moksha is actually no desire. Mumukṣutva is necessary. The desire for moksha, desire for getting out of this universe, all these activities, is necessary. That is not considered that is not considered desire, because that is our true nature. Truly who you are. That is it. You are ever free. You are Amrita. That means you don't have any mortality or any kind of human problems. You have no old age. You have no death, because you are originally only that Ātman, not the body. Is this clear? Any questions on this? I guess so. Okay. Let me go read the, I will stop share from here.
I just had one question on the attainment of Deva-loka. So
Uh-huh.
normally, if we commit any papa or punya, we come back to the earth, we come back to the Manushya-loka to enjoy or to clear off the both, either the papa or punya. But then in case of Deva-loka, what is it so special? So because it is is it like only punya which is being committed in the lifetime?
See, there are special yajñas and yagas which can allow you to go to Deva-loka. Right? See, think of it from a different perspective, right? In the Manushya-loka, you do something good, you start a big business or whatever, you'll get lots of money, and you become a billionaire, and you'll have enough for 100 generations, right? And that only lasts while people are living, right? Whatever you get, how much ever money you get in here can be used. This money can be used only here, and that money cannot be transferred to your next life. But there are some kind of yajñas and yagas given in the upasanas given in the Upanishads, in the Vedas, which can take you to Deva-loka, where you can live for thousands and thousands of years, very long time, in a different zone, where you have a different body, like the body of light or something. You don't have diseases like this. You don't have any kind of possibility of a COVID or cancer or any of these kind of problems. So you can stay at a divine pleasure, have divine pleasure, and you have other people, other divine beings there. You enjoy a totally different life, which is no restriction, comparatively unrestricted life. But there is a restriction. That is, you can only stay there as long as your punya, the bank balance of punya, the good holy merits exist. That means if you while away, and if all that the bank balance of good stuff you have done goes away, you'll have to fall down from the Deva-loka to back to the Manushya-loka. Kshine punye martya-lokam vishanti. This is the Bhagavad Gita vachana from that. All right. So now with this background, let's go to the Upanishad. I'm sharing here. Stop share and screen share. See, just for your information, I have this English one also here. Where is that?
Swami, small question.
Yeah.
So there is no rebirth from the Deva-loka as well, is it?
There is no rebirth. That means as long as you're there in Deva-loka, there's no rebirth. But you still come back after you are done with your punya.
Okay.
See, wait a minute. There's a question. There is no rebirth, really speaking, but there you have to graduate out of Deva-loka, because Deva-loka is not eternal. It is contextually eternal. See, human life is 100 years. In Deva-loka, it will be 250,000 years or something. It's contextually, it's a long time, it is eternal in that sense.
Okay. But
There
it is
is
not as like Mokṣa, right?
It's not like Mokṣa, because Deva-loka are definite. See, but you know one thing, what is the highest, I'll ask you a question. What is the longest time you can be there in a other world other than human loka? What is the longest time? Brahmaloka. For example, Brahmaloka, how long does it last?
In what context, Swami, is this asked?
See, Brahmaloka is the loka of the Brahmaloka is the loka of the creator, right? Creates Chaturbhuka Brahma. Śaṅkarācārya gives different names. Hiranyagarbha.
Is it the 432,000 year cycle that we are talking about here?
Yeah, we are talking about the cycle. The cycle is kalpa. Brahmaloka dviparardhas. They say, what do you call, roughly a kalpa or half a kalpa, whatever that Brahmaloka is. You can go to the text and figure out what exactly that means. That's a long, long, long time. You know, one yuga is 43200, 4 million years, right? Roughly 4.32 million years is one yuga. Sahasra yuga. What do you call, 1,000 such will be the Brahmaloka period. Sahasra yuga patyantam aharyat brahmano viduhu. This is what Bhagavad Gita says. So there is this Brahma creator who stays there for a very, very, very long time. I'm just sharing you Hiranya's text on Kena Upaniṣad, but I'm not going to follow this because I'm not comfortable following English and Sanskrit. It's very difficult for me. For me, Kannada and Sanskrit are related languages. I can easily refer back one-to-one and have connection between the original Sanskrit and text. I will leave that to you as a homework for those people who don't understand Kannada to go through the Hiranya text. Okay. Now I'm just going to take this out and now come back to share. Now you can see the Hiranya text, I guess. Now I'll come back to where we were. You can hear me, right? You're hearing me and you're seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Very well.
We stopped here. Wait a minute. Here we stopped. Isham darshanam amshantam uktam. That we did. Here.
Swami, we finished section 2 of the introduction by Śaṅkarācārya.
Okay, section 2 is done here. And then now we will do section 3. Okay, Vishuddha Sattvasya. And also for those who want to follow this in Sanskrit, you can go to advaitasharada.net. I have already typed the links in the Telegram group. Okay. Vishuddha Sattvasya tu nishkamasyaiva bahyad anityat sadhya sadhana sambandhat ihakritat purvakritatva samskara vishesha udbhavat viraktasya pratyagatma vishaya jñāsa vartate. So Vishuddha Sattvasya means for the, see, all this is saying, the sentence as a summary, what he is saying is, who gets the interest or the thirst to know about Pratyagatma? Pratyak means the I. Pratyak is the I. Pratyagatma is the I within or the Atma within us, the knower within us, whoever. But the thing is, Pratyagatma for Śaṅkarācārya refers to Brahman, the ultimate reality. Only in Kena Upaniṣad, according to Sachidanandendra Saraswati Swami, who is the author of this Kannada book, he says the Pratyagatma word is used in the Prasthanatraya, that is in the Gita's Upanishads and Brahma Sūtras by Śaṅkarācārya, only here. And that's pretty interesting. I haven't. But maybe referring to Brahman, I'm not sure why he says that. I have seen the word Pratyagatma used by Śaṅkarācārya here and there, but maybe in this reference he's referring to, what is he referring to? Maybe he's referring to Pratyekātma referring to Brahman or something. I'm not sure what that means. Let me think about it and let you know what it means. But generally, everyone, the highest goal is ultimate reality. That is Pratyekātma Vidyā Jignāsa, the thirst to know the ultimate reality within you. So how do you get the trust? The thirst. Vishuddha Sattvasyatu, that means if your Sattva Guna or the purity of mind is at the highest, that means there are no impurities in the mind. Nishkāmasyaiva, a person who has crossed and he does not have any desires of any kind. Don't take this lightly. Desires can be forced on us naturally. The very fact that we have a body that can give us desires, which are to some extent controllable, to some extent not controllable. So this Śaṅkarācārya is referring to a very divine person, very, very special person who does not have desires. Or he has very, very less desires, he or she. Bahyad anityat. And the person, all external activities has been understood by this person as either getting a goal, it's related to a goal, or a methods to get a goal. Sadhya sadhana sambandhat, a relation between goals and methods to get goals. All these external activities focused on them. Iha kritat purva kritatva, whether it's done here in this life or done in a prior life. Saṃsāra visheshodbhavat viraktasya. So because of prior actions, we may get some desires by just prior action sometime in some other life. So a person who is so pure is somehow does not have any desire. Saṃsāra visheshodbhavat means we can get desires by prior impressions, by prior karmas in different other lives. So by birth, we have some desire. And for some reason, if a person lets go or person gives up all the desires, only that person can get pure interest in knowing the Ātma within us. This is a very powerful statement Śaṅkarācārya does. This works for everybody in the world. This is nothing, there's nothing specific to Advaita here. But Śaṅkarācārya's way of communicating it is amazing, actually. Because even in your own lives, if you think about it, suppose you say, oh, okay, I want to know this Brahman. Well, it is hard to get, number one. Another thing is, by knowing Brahman or getting Brahman, I don't get any value here. I can't get an extra promotion in my job, or I can not get extra salary or any gift of any kind. If I go play a game, I enjoy the game. But when I know Pratyekātma, I don't know whether I'll get that kind of enjoyment. So the thing is, really going after Pratyekātma, which is so unique and so different, is hard. So naturally, all other desires have to go away. Rarely this occurs. Tadetad vastu prashna prativachana lakshanaya śrotriya pradarshite keneshitam ityadhyaya. So this that Brahman, which is known as Pratyekātman, is explained in this Upanishad in the form of question and answers. Prashna prativachana is question answers. Śrotriya means this is the Upanishad. That is the Kena Upaniṣad. It starts by the word Keneshitam. The Kena Upaniṣad hasn't even begun yet. This is the introduction to Kena Upaniṣad given by Śaṅkarācārya. So Kena Upaniṣad starts shortly. Katakecha Uktam. In Kathopanishad, which is the next Upanishad in the series, there is a sentence which clearly says that all our senses are outbound. We always seek things other than ourselves, like something like money, wealth, buildings, real estate, whatever, right? They're all external. Our senses are externally bound. Eyes see outside, the ears hear from outside. So we don't know who I am or who we are, but we only gather things from outside through our senses. Only rarely a brilliant and a brave person starts investigating what is within himself. Pratyagatmanam aikshat. He knows the inner truth of who we are. Avritta chakshuhu amritatvam icchanna. Avritta chakshuhu means his senses are inward bound rather than outward bound. Chakshu is only eyes, but that indicates all other senses. Amritatvam icchanna, in search of immortality or moksha. So rarely a person goes inside. So it's natural for people to only seek things outside ourselves. So this is the Upanishad. Paranchikani vyatranat swayambhuhu. Our senses by birth are created to see outside, to hear outside, to touch and feel outside. But rarely a person withdraws all the sense, withdraws from external sensual objects and goes inward and tries to realize that inner truth. Similarly, there are shlokas like Pariksha-loka karmachitane brahmano nirvedamayat nasti akritah kritena. This is a wonderful Upanishad statement from Mundaka. And the statement basically is an introduction to the Brahma Sūtras. Many acharyas quote this sentence as an introduction to the Brahma Sutra commentaries. What this means is Pariksha-loka karmachitane, having evaluated all the fruits, effects, results of what is obtained through karma or activity. Brahmanaha, the true Brahmana, the person who is interested to know Brahman. Nirvedamayat, nasti akritaha kritena. He feels sorry that he has wasted his life trying to do so many things in so many activities towards so many goals. But this real goal of self-realization, realization of Brahman, is not possible through activities. Nasti akritaha kritena. That kritaha, akritaha means that which is not accessible by activities. So kritena karmana na siddhyati. That means through actions, Ātman is never realized. So Ātman cannot be obtained because it's already there. It's always there. You don't have to do anything to get there. You just have to know that is there. Tad vijñānārtham, to know that Brahman. So gurumeva abhigacchete, he has to go and seek a knowledgeable, realized guru or a teacher. Samitpanihi, with all humility. Samitpanihi means he hold a tuft of darba grass. Darba and other grass are known as samit, which are used. This is Vedic age. It's useful for certain religious activities, and that is you don't go without anything barehanded to a guru. So just go with the darba grass, maybe indicative of all I have is very little. You can take what I have, kind of an attitude. I don't know why that Samitpani is there. We can check. Śrotriyam Brahmanishtam. You should not only know a person, go to a person who knows the Vedas. Śrotriya, he has heard and listened to all the Vedas, and he is established in Brahman. He is established in the Vedas. That means he really walks the talk. He teaches, learns, but he walks the talk. He really exists. He follows every word and every thought of these Vedas. This is in the Mundaka Upanishad. Ityadi Atharvane. Atharvana is the Atharvana Upanishad, which is nothing but a Mundaka Upanishad. Atharvane cha evahi viraktasya pratyagatma vishayam vijñānam evam hi viraktasya pratyagatma vishayam vijñānam shrotum mantum vijñātum cha samarthyam upapadyate nanyatha. So how will a person get the eligibility criteria, the requirements? Who is qualified to understand this pratyagatma? The person who is desireless, viraktasya, he has won over all desires, he or she. Pratyekātma vishayam vijñānam śrotum mantum vijñātum cha samarthyam upapadyate. Only when a person attains this true victory over desires, the person is ready to know, hear, think about, contemplate, and clearly understand and experience Brahman. Nanyatha, this word is important. No other eligibility criteria will help. Not a birth in a good family, not wealth, not influence, not money. Nothing will help you other than virakti or giving up of desires for all else. Okay, is this clear? This section, is this clear? Any doubts?
Okay, I have questions actually on the word actually. So on Sanskrit there is a word called, in Odia also we have a word called pratyakya and parakya. So there is like English have something called direct seeing, indirect seeing. So is pratyekātma is like English translation is like direct seeing kind of like direct.
No. See, you are talking about pratyaksha and paroksha, right? Pratyaksha means prati aksha. Aksha means aksha indicates senses. Aksha actually means only eyes, but aksha indicates eyes, nose, all the other 5 senses, right? Prati aksha is directly in our front of our senses I can experience, right? That is known as prati aksha. Here it is pratyak. This is not pratyaksha. Pratyaksha, paroksha means indirect. Paroksha means if you don't see something, if you cannot directly experience something, it is somewhere. If a mountain somewhere you don't even know, you haven't seen, you can't see, doesn't matter. So that is paroksha, indirect. But this is pratyak. Pratyak means going inward. Pratyak mukha means going inward. Here, the term kaschid dhiraha pratyekātmanam aikshate. See this sentence, the whole sentence of Kataka Upanishad, Kata Upanishad is very clear. Our senses goes and find things outside us, but rarely a person can turn it inwards, turn his vision inside. That is the pratyekātma, to see the Atma inside. You understand?
Got it. So it's not pratyakya, it's a different word actually.
It is pratyak Atma. Pratyak is the principle. See, there are 2 words in Sanskrit known as parak, pratyak. Parak means outside. That means to know things outside. Outside of us, it could be a light, it could be a computer, it could be anything outside in front of us. That is the parak principle. Pratyak means knowing ourselves. In fact, this is well explained in the Vishishtadvaita theory, because they have a type of knowledge called dharmabhuta jnana to understand all the parak principles. For pratyak is the self, the nature of our self. To know that, and there is known as the swarupa jnana in the Vishishtadvaita theory. See, we'll go deeper into that. We don't need to at this point because it's complicated and not necessary here. But all you understand is pratyak is the consciousness within. And you cannot attain that consciousness knowledge within by looking at outside, by any sensory perception cannot help you. Okay? All right.
I'll explain. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Swami, this desire, the loss of desire of the external objects is what is meant by having no desires here, is
True. True.
Or
There are,
can
no,
mumukṣutva also mean as desire?
so moksha is not known as desire here, but all the three desires, I already showed you the three things. Manushya-loka is desire for this life.
Yes.
You need children for it. Pitṛ-loka is to come back to a right kind of body. That is to go to Pitṛ-loka and coming back. That is also a desire. And Deva-loka is also a desire. Going and becoming, staying in the Brahmaloka, Chaturmukha Brahmaloka, or the Hiranyagarbha-loka for millions and millions of years. That is also a desire. But vimukti is state of moksha, release from everything. That is not considered as a desire at all. That is the true state of everybody.
I'm asking this in the context of the description of people wanting to attain Vaikuntha and all those things.
Even Vaikuntha, see, let us talk about Śaṅkarācārya here. Vaikuntha probably is taken as a particular loka. Okay. Vaikuntha, according to Vishishtadvaita, is different. And Vaikuntha, I have to validate this. It's a very good question. Good that you brought this question. See, only when you ask questions, I start thinking. Here, Śaṅkarācārya only mentions the Deva-loka in the word Deva only to refer to the Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is the Chaturmukha Brahma, who is the first creator. But Hiranyagarbha, according to Advaita, is a jiva, or a jiva like us in a way. But he is the greatest, one of the greatest jivas. But the thing is about Vaikuntha, whether this Deva includes Vaikuntha is a question, but probably not. Here, again, Vaikuntha, according to Vishishtadvaita theory, is a place and all those things. According to Advaita, Vaikuntha is without limitation, that's all. So, Śaṅkarācārya could as well mean, okay, Vaikuntha is fine. But we have a defined picture of Vaikuntha that there, according to Ramanujacharya in the Vaikuntha Gadya, he explains divine rivers, divine trees, divine that, divine there in that loka as a realm. So whether that exists, Śaṅkarācārya may not have that kind of a view of Vaikuntha. For him, the Vaikuntha is Ātman, pure Shanti. There is nothing else, nothing to be known. Swaswarupe avasthanam, giving up all these karmas, you stay as yourself, purely, rest in yourself, purely, Shanti. That is taken as Ātma in Śaṅkara Bhashya, and that could be even Vaikuntha. We have to look at the Śaṅkara Bhashya when he talks about Vaikuntha, Purusha, Pranaha, Pranama, this Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashya of Śaṅkarācārya, we have to look into it. If I look into it, I'll let you know when I have time. Okay?
One more thing, desirelessness, since it is the context of desirelessness, even this Indriya Vishaya, maybe it is referring to that Indriya Vishaya, right?
Indriya Vishaya definitely is a desire.
Yeah. So Vairāgya in that context, in this particular thing, can be desirelessness.
Sure, that's all it is, desirelessness. Virakta means desirelessness. Yeah. All right, we'll go a little bit further.
One question I have related to this Pratyagatma. Finally, in Advaita, is Brahman really Pratyak in nature? Or
Yeah.
is it only a relative term now?
No. See, the thing is, Pratyak is acceptable to Śaṅkarācārya. Pratyak in nature, it is within. Yes, within everything. It's inbound.
No, Brahman as such, is it having Pratyak knowledge, or is it mere Jnana? Because they say it is mere Jnana, right? There's no even Pratyagatva is not there.
See, Pratyak is relative to us here. See, when the sense are outbound, sense is outbound, when we say our consciousness, our knowledge is inbound, we talk it as Pratyak here. It is relative to human beings here.
Correct.
Ātman is only Ātman.
Okay.
Inside is
In
only
absolute,
relative to us.
so in the Paramarthika level, Pratyak has no meaning then, in the Paramarthika level.
It has no meaning in a Paramarthika level, but the thing in Paramarthika level is only Atma.
Okay.
Atma, that's all Atma, that's all. Okay? Now, let's move further. Just a second. Okay, here I want to make a small presentation here. Just let me stop sharing this. I'll share something else. Just a second. Okay, see in the Brahma Sūtras, Śaṅkarācārya says to the prerequisites to study Brahma Sūtras or to know about Brahman, Athato Brahma Jignāsa is the first sutra in the Brahma Sūtras. So for that, Śaṅkarācārya discusses sadhana chatushtaya, the 4 prerequisites or requirements to know Brahman. There he discusses viveka, Vairāgya, samadhi-shatka, mumukṣutva. So the thing is, he says 4. 4 means discrimination is viveka. Vairāgya is detachment or having no desires. He breaks that up into weak Vairāgya, madhyama Vairāgya, and tīvra Vairāgya. Intense, no desires. Medium level, no desires. Or weak level, no desires. So the thing is, that means some people have, reduced desires. Some people have medium level reduced desires. Some people have most of the desires reduced. That's how the Vairāgya is separated out. Samadhi-shatka, or the 6th discipline of mind control, sense withdrawal, tolerance, mind concentration, faith in activities. Faith. These are all the Samadhi-shatka, the 6th sub-discipline starting from mind control. Then it says 4th is mumukṣutva, desire for liberation. Again, intense desire for liberation or weak or medium desire for liberation. So the thing is, they however, the main thing is the 4. Viveka, Vairāgya, Samadhi-shatka, mumukṣutva. These are the 4 requirements given in the Brahma Sutras. But in this Upanishad, the Upanishad, Śaṅkarācārya's introduction seemed to only focus on Vairāgya, detachment. What he says is that if somebody has an intense detachment from all desires, the rest of the stuff will come to him anyway. So it doesn't matter. That's what he's saying. Is it clear?
Yes, Swami.
Okay. I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
So curious questions, like, let's say I have a half glass, I'm drinking water. So the detachment, like I'm looking at the half filled glass, right? I'm not looking at the other person of half. So the detachment is like if you have a completeness doing action, so then that can to be translated as a detachment.
See, don't take simple things like drinking water. So don't say that a great jnani or Ramana Maharshi never drank water or something like that. That's not what detachment is.
Right.
Shariram kevalam karma. That means kurvan napnoti kilbisham, Bhagavad Gita says. The basic requirements of life, like food, water, breathing, and also things, that is not known as desires. Desire is something extra, something which involves other aspects like jealousy, hatred, all those things. So desire comes to something extra. Why is that guy having more than me? I'm going to grab what he had. All those things are desires. Okay. If you look at many other texts, you will know what desire is. Desire is going after what you call wealth, people, physical desires, all those things. Okay. Next.
This is Srini.
Yeah.
Just one comment about Samit Panihi. As you said, you're not supposed to go meet your guru without anything. So what they take is what is useful to the guru, that is that sticks
True.
from the people tree.
Probably, yeah. The Samit is useful. Okay.
Yeah. And Darba and sacred thread, actually, made by yourself. All the three things they generally take, actually. That's Samit Panihi, stands for those three things.
Oh, I guess so. I have not researched that well into it, actually. So I'm coming back here to the Kena Upaniṣad. I'm sure. I think this is Kena Upaniṣad. Yeah. Nanyatha here. Etasmacha. This I'm going through the section 4 of the introduction. The subject is Brahmajnana, the Prayojana. That means what do you get by getting Brahmajnana? What is the value of Brahmajnana? Right? That's what it says. Etasmacha pratyagatma Brahma Vijñānāt Saṃsāra bhijam ajñānam kāma karma pravritti karanam asheshato nivartate. By knowing Pratyagatma Brahma, or knowing about this Pratyagatma Brahma, the Saṃsāra bija is the cause of this universe, cause of this samsara, this existence, which is ignorance, desire, activity, kāma, karma. Kāma is desire, activity. Pravritti karanam asheshato nivartate. Pravritti means all other activities related to this. This will all go away. Tatra. So the thing is, the person will not be able to get into any activities of the samsara. He will withdraw from the samsara. Tatra ko mohaha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. This is quoting from Ishavasya Upanishad. It says, Yatra sarvam atmaiva bhut vijanatah tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. This is the verse in the Ishavasya Upanishad 7, the verse number 7 out of 18. It says that a person, for him, in his vision, everything is Ātman. There is nothing other than Ātman. There is no other activity, things. The third thing is not there. There is no second thing also. There is nothing, himself also there is nothing. All the person is filled with only Ātman. And if such a person has the view of Ātman as everything and nothing else exists, that person will not have any delusion or sorrow. So even the other Upanishad validates this idea that knowing Brahman, you will lose all the desires for anything else. Tarati shokam atma vidyā. The person wins over sorrow. Who wins over sorrow? Atmavit, person who knows Ātman. And this is said in the Chandogya 7.1.3, I think. And the wonderful other Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad says, Vidyate hridaya kranti, chidyante sarvasamshayaha, kshiyante aschasya karmani, tasmin drishte paravare. This is a beautiful sentence from Mundaka Upanishad. It says, Vidyate hridaya kranti, all knots of the heart are broken. There is no doubts anymore. Chidyante sarvasamshayaha. Chidyante means all knots, all doubts are cleared. There are no doubts whatsoever. Kshiyante jasya karmani. The karmas which are responsible for giving us this body and everything which comes with the body, like diseases, pain, sorrow, anything like that. Kshiyante, all this will be wiped out eventually. Kshiyante cha asya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. Once you see that great Ātman. This is the Mundaka Upanishad. So, what is the value? No shokha, no sorrow of any kind whatsoever, no doubts. That's a big plus. So people who want this will become interested in Brahma Jnana. So the prayojana or the value of Brahma Jnana is going beyond or getting rid of delusion and sorrows. Any questions here?
I have a comment here actually. I was just thinking of the Bhagavad Gita second chapter here. Krishna says there is the ruchi for the indriya vishaya, even in a sadhaka, until the Ātman is realized. So I think the Mundaka Upanishad shloka also echoes the same thing.
Please repeat. I just did not get you.
I mean, in Bhagavad Gita second chapter, during the sadhana for the gnana, Krishna says that the ruchi for the indriya vishaya will be there for a sadhaka until the realization of the jivatman or the Ātman.
True.
So the same thing.
Yeah, second chapter. Param drishtva nivartate. Yes.
The same thing is echoed even in the Mundaka Upanishad, whatever you told now.
Yes, yes. Sorry. So we'll go a little bit further. Okay, we are starting a next. This is a typical introduction given by Śaṅkarācārya, almost in many texts. In Bhagavad Gita, it comes up. In the Ishavasya Upanishad, it comes up. Everywhere, it comes up in a slightly different way. Okay. So what that is Samuccaya-vada Khandana. Samuccaya means you cannot mix true knowledge, true jnana with actions. But you can mix upasana or meditation on devatas with karma. Karma is prescribed karmas in the Vedas, like Agnihotra, fire sacrifices of different kind and whatever prescribed in the Vedas. You can mix that with upasana or meditation on the gods, on the devatas. But you cannot mix that with pure Brahma Jnana. Brahma Jnana is just that. And that is the Swarupa Jnana in a way. That is just the form of Brahman. That is incompatible with any activity of any kind, whether it is meditation, upasana, or whether it is action, Agnihotra, which requires fire, sacrifice, persons, people, all those things. So that is the whole subject of this next section. Unfortunately, this is a longer dialogue. It is difficult to understand this if you don't know the background, but some of you have taken this earlier classes of mine. In the Ishavasya Upanishad class, we talked about a lot about the Samuccaya-vada Khandana. People who have studied the Bhagavad Gita will know this. So let me postpone this to the next session. Unfortunately, the climate in here is pretty bad. We didn't get rains for 5 months, and we just got rains, and then rain brought us a number of diseases also, I think. Sorry. Anyway, before I end this session, any questions?
Just
No
have
question.
one thing.
Yeah.
In the Chriyante chaste karmani tasmin drishte paravare, Munduka Upanishad Vakya, karmani refers to the actions only, nothing else, nothing more than that. Not the karma, as we said, it's the result of the past actions, but just the karma
Okay,
here.
I can check because we have to take the reference as that referred by Śaṅkarācārya, right? So
Yeah.
what does he say in that particular Upanishad for karmas? We have to check and find out. I can check that sometime. As you see, when we start reading, we go deeper and deeper, and we have to connect all the different contexts given by the acharyas. Only then we will understand the true principle. And before we start the next class, I'll try to figure out what the karmani means there. And no hard feelings, Partsarthi Swamin. I mentioned about palm meadows and all. I want to be strict about the names and who is. I don't want any misrepresentation because last time it seems some of the hackers started trying to get close to some people using some names and started asking financial details, and we got very, very upset about it. That's why we started Ramanuja.org, where a Telegram group where we started taking personal details, actually, with phone numbers and all the details. So if you have not given me this,
I understand. My apologies.
no problem, no problem. Okay, so see, also this is also for self-protection, I should say, right? Because there are some people in the world who think that they are superior and everybody else are completely unworthy of living or unworthy, and they may go into abuse and more. I didn't want to get into those, but I respect all religions. By the way, my Acharya Sri K.S.V. Swami used to respect Islam a lot, in particular, because he liked the Quran a lot. So I have no disrespect to anything. We are only studying information, and you can figure out what you want about it. So I'm not discouraging anybody who is following Islam to come and attend these sessions. I'm not. If they want to attend, they can attend, but they have to be open-minded. That's all I'm saying. No hard feelings to anybody. I'm a human being. I respect everybody's life on earth. I just want to give you a small note here. When I met my Guru Sri K.S.V. Swami in Mysore, he lived in a very small apartment all his life. He never wanted money. I came from a flight from Los Angeles right to his home in Mysore and said, I have only 10 days. I don't have time. Okay, you need to teach me. That's what I told my Guruji. He was reclining in a sofa, in an easy chair, they call in India, a reclining chair, and then right in front of him there were a reclining chair where some little kittens, a few kittens were like playing around on the chair. I was so in a hurry, I took those kittens in hand, threw them away, and said, I sat on the chair. First thing he said to me, before you learn Upanishad or Gita or anything like that, learn some fundamentals. Those kittens have the same right to live in this world like you. You have the same right as those animals. Don't ill-treat them. Don't throw it. Make sure the kittens are not hurt. Go make sure they're happy. Then come back and learn. I'll give you a 5-minute break. That's what he said. So I believe in not hurting anybody, not ill-treating anybody. So I don't have any discrimination to any religion. Just want to be sure about it. That's all. With this, we stop. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parma Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadara Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Well, you may wonder why am I even opening this issue about religions? Because in practice, you see the number of wars happening up there. Maybe Ukraine and Russia are not religious wars. As far as I know, there is no religion involved there, I think. But the other wars, several of them have involvement of religions. And the thing is that that really is pitiful. Okay? That's what we'll do. Sarvam Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Krishnaji.
Thanks.
And yours, Mr. Swami.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Krishnaji.
Thank you. ரெடி பண்ற வேலை செய்யுது. போட்டு பிரிண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. கூப்பிடவா? பாக்குறியா?
ஒரு மணி நேரம் கிளாஸ். சரியாவே கவனிக்கலாம். கடைசியில் கொஞ்சம் நேரம் தூங்கிட்டேன். டாக்டர். $289 போட்டிருந்தான். பயங்கர டீல், அது நல்ல டீல். ஐ திங்க் 399 போட்டிருந்தது வந்து 289 நினைக்கிறேன், சம்திங் அதான். இதுல தோடு அந்த மாதிரி இதெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். இந்த 3D பிரிண்டிங் வந்து தங்கத்துல 3D பிரிண்டிங் பண்றது இருக்கு. நாளைக்கு வேற ஒன்றும் வேலை இல்லை, இந்த மீட்டிங் மாத்திரம் தான். ஓ $12.5 அதுக்கு ஒரு $51 கொடுக்கணுங்களா? போதுமா? ம் மோதிரமா? ஓ ம் ம் ம்ஹும். அவளுக்கு இஷ்டம் இல்லை போல் இருக்கே. அப்படித்தான் நினைக்கிறேன். வேதானே சொன்னா அவ வந்து சும்மா தானே இருந்தாங்க அன்னைக்கு. அவங்க பண்றத அந்த சொல்லிடுவாங்கல்ல. பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. ம் ம். பண்றத அந்த சொல்லுவாங்க. சீக்கிரமே முடிச்சிட்டோம். எனக்கு வந்து நான் எந்திரிச்சு வரணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு மீட்டிங். உங்களே சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சிட்டாங்க, நானும் எந்திரிச்சு வந்துட்டேன். பூ பறிக்க போகணும். அங்க இருந்து அட்டன் பண்ணல. அதுக்கு பிறகுதான் அவங்களோட கிளாஸுக்கு தான் அப்புறம் கூப்பிட்டேன். கண்ணாடி எங்க நடக்கும்? ஓ கேஜி வெங்கடேஷ் சொல்றாரு. ஜி வெங்கடேஷ் எங்க தெரியலையே. இப்ப கேஜி வெங்கடேஷ் தர்க்ராம்பா.